Namaskar to all of you students. I am taking this as a fourth lecture related to consumers equilibrium. So we studied about consumers equilibrium in case of cardinal utility approach, and I already started with consumers equilibrium in case of ordinal utility approach. And according to the same, I explained you in the previous session the meaning of indifference curve, the schedule related to indifference curve. Then at the same time also I explained you the slope of indifference curve, which is also known as marginal rate of substitution, and how to calculate marginal rate of substitutions, that is use the number of units which you sacrifice upon the number of units which you are gaining. And also I explained you the properties of indifference curve. Why is indifference curve downward sloping? Why is it convex to the origin? Then two indifference curve can never intersect each other, and higher the indifference curve, higher the level of satisfaction. Now I'm going to explain you what is budget line, or what do you mean by budget line. Budget line is actually what? It is a graphical representation of possible combination of two goods which the consumer can purchase with the given income and prices, such that the combination of each of them is equal to the money income of the consumer. So again I'm repeating, lay focus on each and every word which I'm speaking. Graphical representation, that means I'm going to show you the diagrammatic presentation of the same. Graphical representation of possible combination of two goods. That means we speak about budget line when the consumer is consuming two goods, and these two goods can be purchased with the given income and prices. That means the prices, like as you can see in this schedule, the price of banana is given as 2 each, and the price of apple is given as 4 each. And the money income of the consumer given in the schedule is rupees 20. That means the consumer's income is 20. Now how he is going to spend these 20 rupees in case of apple and bananas so that the money income of the consumer is equal to the money spent on each of these combination. That means, like for example, we have taken different combinations of apples and banana in the schedule, that is E, F, G, H, I and J. Apple is priced at rupees 4 and banana is priced at rupees 2. So what do we see? When the consumer is consuming 5 units of apple, so he is consuming only 0 units of banana, because he has 20 rupees in his pocket and 5 fours comes to 20. That means the entire 20 rupees he is spending on consumption of apple. Now, if the consumer wants to increase the consumption of banana, so for example, now, if the consumer is sacrificing 1 unit of apple, let's say from 5 to 4 at combination F, so how many units he can gain of banana? Obviously 2. Because the price of banana is just the half of the price of apple. So now the consumer is spending 4 into 4, that is 16 rupees on apple, and 2 into 2, that is 4 rupees on banana, and the total comes to 20 rupees. That means he is spending the total money income in case of budget line, as a meaning says. At combination G, again, the consumption of apple has decreased by 1 unit. So again, the banana will increase by 2 units, because for each unit of apple, you can get 2 units of banana. And how do you come to know about this? It depends upon the price ratio, which says apple is priced at 4 rupees and banana is priced at 2 rupees. So for every banana or for every apple, you can get 2 units of banana. So at combination G, you are spending 4 threes, that is 12 rupees on apple and 8 rupees on banana. So a total of 20. At combination H, you are spending 4 twos are 8 rupees on apple and 12 rupees on banana. At combination I, 4 rupees on apple and 16 rupees on banana, the total comes to 20. At combination J, 0 rupees on apple and the complete 20 rupees on banana. So this is what we see, that the schedule of budget line is, wherein you have started from 0 units of banana and you reach to 0 unit of apple, and at all the possible combination which you can consume of apple and banana, every time you are spending your complete money income, that is 20 rupees. Now in the next slide, what do we see? This is the diagrammatic presentation of budget line. That is, you take one good on the x-axis and the other good on the y-axis. In the given schedule, we have taken apple and banana, so you can even show apples and bananas on x and y-axis. The budget line, what is the shape of the budget line? It is a downward sloping straight line. So the shape of budget line is downward sloping straight line. Why the budget line is downward sloping straight line? What is the reason? Because when we calculate the slope of budget line in the previous schedule, in the previous slide, in the given schedule, for every unit of apple you sacrifice, you can gain 2 units of banana. That is, it depends upon the price ratio, and price ratio is also known as the slope of budget line. And every time when you calculate the slope of budget line, that is the price ratio, so the ratio comes as 1:2 and 1:2. That is, sacrifice is to gain. If you sacrifice 1, you can gain 2 units. So the slope of budget line is a constant figure which you get as 1:2 and 1:2 and 1:2 and 1:2. And if you calculate the slope of any given schedule and the slope is constant, so in that case, the diagram which you represent will always be a straight line. And if the slope is not constant, then it may take the shape of curve. Now, why budget line is downward sloping? It is downward sloping. The reason behind is because when you increase the consumption of banana, you are sacrificing units of apples. That means both the variables are moving in opposite direction. And when two variables move in opposite direction, then the diagrammatic presentation will always be downward sloping, because between these two variables a negative relationship establishes. So this is what about budget line. Now one more thing, I talk about one more word here, that is budget set. What is budget set? In case of budget set, it is not necessary that you are spending your entire money income. You may underspend and you may completely spend. For example, a consumer spending 16 rupees out of 20. So that is an example of budget set. So budget set also includes the complete spending of the consumer as well as the underspending of the consumer. But budget line only represents that your money income is equal to your spending on both the goods. So that is the reason budget line is a downward sloping straight line. So now in the next session, I'm going to tell you about the changes in budget line, as well as I'm going to explain you the equilibrium part, and as well as keep visiting the websites regularly for the worksheets. Thank you. Bye-bye.